Hi guys, it's me, Joseph Anderson again, and for this video that I will be dedicating to Black History Month in February of 2026, I shall be covering a very famous movie that I don't believe deserves a 15% rating on Rotten Tomatoes or any such aggregate shit like that, like reviews. It also has to do with a concept that I've talked about many times before, and it's when this movie kind of like the reverse of blackface. And I talk about none other than the movie, the 2001 movie, White Chicks, with Sean and Marlon Wayans. And this movie is fucking hilarious, okay? It's ungodly funny. Especially because of certain people that have come forward in the popular media called Karens. And this movie makes fun of them even before it became a major movement in American culture. So these two guys are originally comics, and this movie is actually produced by the older and wiser brother Keenan Ivory Wayans, if I'm pronouncing that last thing right. So we're in good shape for the comedy portion of it because they done this show in living color together, and I think one of the brothers did DJing and the other one did the main show. Anyway, I'll talk about it later on when we talk about the show because that's a guest too. Anyway, this movie is about two cops played by the Wayans brothers. Two of them anyway, like 3 or 4 people altogether. But besides that, these two brothers, they have to watch over these two women, the Vandergaard sisters, played by Brittany Daniel. That'd be the girl from the woman from Joe Dirt, Brandy, and they also have Jamie King that plays the other sister, and these two are like rich, stuck-up women, more caring than anything else, more of a social elite class, the name brand women and all that. I got my name brand thing, I got my little dog and all that stuff too. And it's very funny. It shows the stereotype about these rich people, and more importantly, the Valley Girl stereotypes are always fun to make fun of. I know they really do exist nowadays, but it's funny as all hell. Anyway, these two Vandergaard sisters, you find out they're because the rich heiresses, like Paris Hilton and her sister, and Nicole Richie, I believe is her name too, and people like that, the Kardashians could fit into this category too. Anyway, they are at risk of being kidnapped and were tortured and killed by somebody in the movie. And so the Wayans brothers have to go in there and take care of business and find who the murderer or the would-be murderer is and put him into jail. So then they go into put on white face, like the reverse of black face. But it's really funny because obviously they take on the characteristics of these two white princesses or Karens, and it's really funny because they bring out all the stereotypes of rich people and value girls in this movie. Most notably that they're stuck up and they're spoiled rotten, and that they're they don't come cheap. What I mean by that is that whenever they have the guy called Terry Crews plays an excellent role in this movie. He plays Charles Spencer, and he's going after one of these rich white women hard. To the point where the one of the brothers that plays the girl in whiteface and all that doesn't want any part of him, like at all. And it kind of reminds me of the whole Miss Doubtfire / what's her name? Not so much the professor. Big Mama's house with the dressing up like Amy Pierce, Big Mama. So that's actually really funny. But the thing is that in one instance, he decided to take the girl out for dinner, which is fine by itself, but then he goes into the whole, I wanna please you sexually. And he's talking to who he thinks is a white woman, but this white woman orders, all of the above stuff, steaks, expensive foods. She eats like a guy, pretty much. And the thing is that I find this really hilarious because I know of women who actually just eat salads and dainty foods and all that. And then I keep telling the person, if you're gonna eat dinner with me. Don't eat rapid food or light meals and stuff like that. Eat something to fill yourself up with. Eat like pasta, steak, seafood, whatever. Wherever I'm eating. If I'm going to a restaurant with you, I want you to eat something. I don't want you to leave the meal like half full or a quarter full or something like that. That's just the way I do it. It's not that I like women that are on the plus side. I just like to see a woman that eats her fill, who doesn't just eat lightly. So anyway, the guy ends up ordering oysters of all things, which is supposed to be like a big aphrodisiac for people and stuff to get them in the mood and all that. For me, I never liked oysters. I never liked the whole idea about eating a whole oyster raw. I know that it's supposed to be attractive that men can eat oysters, a whole oyster and all that, all moldable in one sitting, and it's supposed to be like it's supposed to imitate a sexual act and all that, but I just never got into it. I just don't like the taste, the look of them, I don't like the smell of them and all that. Now, whether that reflects on my ability to be a potential lover, I have no idea. But I just never like the the look and taste of them. I prefer clams than anything else. Fried clams or in pasta. That's how I like clams. Raw, no. I can't eat them raw. I can eat sushi raw, but not clams or any kind of shellfish. It doesn't impress me that much. So anyway, this girl, her name was Tiffany. She ended up eating like a bunch of food that normally a woman shouldn't eat on a date, like steak, potatoes, real fattening stuff. And try to get this kid off her back, and it works for the most part. Except for the fact that he's attracted to her even more now. And it's very funny because he's trying to get her to go away from him. He's trying to get away from him because he's the guy and he doesn't want to lead the other guy on. Speaking of which, that could remind me of the Mulan cartoon. For some reason. Anyway, there's also a few moments where this guy doesn't take the hint very well. He tries to persuade her otherwise because she's a white woman with a black booty. And we as the audience know that the reason why she got a black booty is because she's really a black guy that's like a white woman. Now I find it so funny because we all know that black women are more curvaceous than white people are, generally speaking. And I had no idea, prior to this movie, I had no idea that this type of biological feature, if you will, also extends to the men too. So that's very fun. That's very kind of eye-opening to me. I'm sure that it doesn't apply to all men, just Damian Wayne and just the Wayne, but Lola and Sean. I'm sorry I mentioned Damon there, but he's funny too. And he looks kind of similar. And when we can tell them apart, it's the haircut, the hairstyle. So anyway, another thing in this movie that's really funny is the pool scene in which somebody angered one of the sisters, and he said in a manly voice, he said, "Hold my pool," as in like hold my flowers or hold my car or my wall or whatever the case is, or I throw down on this fool. That was actually really funny and really unexpected. I actually love it whenever a transgender person, who's a man that transfers into a woman's libido and all that, when they get really angry or threatened in some way and they go full deep voice whenever they're attacking somebody else or defending themselves. That's really funny to me. I've seen multiple YouTube videos of that happening, and it's really funny. And we did the whole bunch of pool thing, and then there's the Yo Mama fight, where these two sisters go up against another group of bloody white girls in a crowded area, and they start insulting each other with "Yo Mama" jokes. And as usual, the white women don't know what the hell they're doing, but the two black guys masquerading as white women know what the fuck they're talking about and what they're doing. It's like a novice student going up against a master. It's just so hilarious. pure gold right there. Especially when they insult the mother's breast milk and they do the powdery white and all that. That's very funny. And then there's the joke about the Prada bag, in which a robber, I guess, trying to take the woman's bag. It turned out to be a strong black guy to try and take it from. And that's really funny because it's like it's not a Prada, it's not a bag, it's a Prada. Meaning that it's very expensive. It's a very expensive bag to back off, asshole. Now, by itself, this is funny to boot. Don't get me wrong, it's very funny. But then when you put it in context that this is a joke that they improved upon from Mesa Doubtfire, when Mesa Doubtfire is assaulted by a random robber guy running in the street, and he gets assaulted by this guy, not knowing that Mesa Doubtfire, who looks like an old lady, is very a big bruiser of a guy too. He keeps onto his bag, whereas the guy didn't expect someone like that to hold onto a bag like that. And he ends up shutting out in the man's voice again, "Back off, asshole." And then he says, after the surprise, Robert goes run away. He says, he broke my bag, that bastard. So anyway, they carried that over from that one to this movie, and then they said, this is a Prada bag, a very valuable bag, and it's one of my favorites. So anyway, that was so funny that the robber was on the floor and well, the guy was on his high horse from beating this guy down. So then you have this other part where they do the ghost like human thing, where one of the sisters goes into the bathroom and has a mini nuclear bomb come out of her ass. Because no one always expects for women, especially these white Karens or these white valley girls, to be dainty about the type of things. Like, I've never been in a women's bathroom myself, thank goodness, but I've heard that that women are very dainty and very very you don't load a lot of big gas bombs like men do in the bathroom. They don't load cut loose. But in this case, when the man goes into the woman's bathroom, he lets loose some real manly shit. Like, to the point where every other woman in the bathroom runs away from it. It's that potent and that different stuff. But that's really funny. Not all jokes in this movie are high class. There are some real funny childish jokes and whatnot. Which is fine by me. I'm the kind of guy that like Family Guy and The Simpsons and some of those more crude jokes and everything. It's fine. And then there's the part where they have the dance off. And this goes into the joke and the stereotype about that white people can't dance, which okay, is kind of true. The only person I know that can dance very well is my father, and he's the Titan. And it's funny, we're talking to a girl who is half Russian, half black, maybe Jamaican. But anyway, I asked her, how does it feel to talk to a white boy? Or how does it pretend to go on a date with a white boy? Meaning me. Meaning that I would consider myself white. I'm white. So she says, you're not white, you're Italian. So I honestly didn't know what to make of it. I would consider Italian people to be white. The same with people from all over Europe, Greece, Ukraine, Spain, Portugal, the UK. Unless you were talking about people who are from the Nordic states, say Denmark, Holland, Belgium, Sweden, Norway, and Finland, and of course Russia. So I guess that's what you meant by white. Because those people are about as white as you can get. They're almost glow dark. That's how white they are. They're almost transparent. So anyway, it was okay, yeah, whatever. So, I wonder how she would react to this movie. Maybe I'll ask one day. So in any case, we have the dance off, and the regular white people in the movie are doing this, boogieing Mr. 45 or Mr. 47, but doing the old man and type dance and all that. The two black guys, Damien the Wayans brothers, are doing really getting down and boogieing and stuff, and doing break dancing, with spins and all that stuff, and so a little bit of flips, and they're very boogieing. This is supposed to show that black people can dance a lot better than white people, and that is true, and they can sing a lot better too, for the most part. My father can sing along too, so I don't know if that means anything or not, but it's really funny. So anyway, I really enjoyed this movie. Let's see here. Of course, they catch the bad guys, and they release all they release all the girls from the fears of being kidnapped or killed by these two. And yeah, so it's real funny that this movie is so hated by some people. But I just find it really funny. I find it as kind of like a revenge for all the Hollywood people and types that make blood face and yellow face and red face for Native Americans and Asian people, respectively. And they get away with it. So it's fun to see it turn back on white people. For exploding all the stereotypes and all of the about black people and stuff being turned around against them. Seeing all the funniest stereotypes about white people and such. But I find that this is pretty much aimed at the way people that fit the stereotype about the valley girl, or the blonde bimbo, or the Karen plus Ken, be the male version of Karen. And there is even a character in it called Karen. And that's very funny to me. Rather than going for the more popular, and more knowledgeable, and more funny, more comically well-known stereotype about the redneck and everything else that it's really funny that they went with this stereotype. It's like that old song about the Valley Girl song by it wasn't Joe Cocker, it was somebody else. Frankie Valli. No, not him. In which he was like, for sure. And when, for women that reject me, that don't want to pursue any romance or don't really want to be my friend, that happen to be Caucasian or appear Caucasian, I said to myself and anybody that is my friend and stuff, I always say, don't worry about it. They're just stuck up white chicks. So I have used that thing as kind of like taking back the power, and like to liberal those people who are mean to me or hurtful to me or whatever to me that are white as white chicks. To be kind of like the N-word for white people, if you would, because I don't think that the word trucker really goes good with certain people. Like for example, because I know at the gym, Damien, he wouldn't be considered a cracker. At least I hope not. But he would be considered a white or Ken, if you will. He's the one at the gym that I know that fits that bill. But I always say, don't worry about that person. She's a white chick. And then you move on to the next person. So I'm really not too worried about that. To worry about the label of calling people white chick. Because I find it very, very funny. I love this movie for it. For opening my eyes to start talking about evil white chicks. And it's repeated. I'm not gonna make a sequel out of this, but I'm sure that if it got better reviews and ratings for it, they probably would make a white chicks part 2 or something around there. You know, maybe they could delve more into other stereotypes, like I don't know, pick a group, for example, and they could make fun of that. Or maybe they just didn't want to do anything. Plus, one thing I noticed that there's more of they make fun of some black stereotypes too. For example, when they make fun of the Charles Spencer for his interest in the white chick in one of the Vandergaard sisters, and that he's trying to get with this white girl, and that's a stereotype on its own. I'm not too comfortable with saying that line, but yeah, that's a stereotype by itself. And let's see here, yeah, they make fun of the fact that he's talking about his member, if you will, his dragon, and saying that that so much better with a black guy and you're trying to convince her into getting physical with him, not knowing that he's really talking to the guy and stuff. So that's really funny. Also, it reminded me a little bit of the reverse of the Mulan plus Commander Shang relationship or dynamic. So yeah, and thank you for watching my video review of White Chicks. Great movie. Really hit the nail on the head on this one. It's very funny. They nailed it. They knocked the ball out of the park for this. Still gaming about the Wayans brothers. Sean and Marlon, they did a good job with this. I mean, even the whole makeup and the face mask on them kind of look like stereotypical blonde bimbos. I think they did that one on purpose. So yeah, highly recommend this movie. I did this for Black History Month because it's like a kind of revenge for all the black face movies that were made in the past, like Birth of a Nation. Let's see here. Well, there are. I'm sure you guys can probably help me out with it. There are plenty of blackface movies, and there are many cartoons where the main character blows up at something, and the explosion powder looks like somebody in blackface, and that it's not okay. It's not okay. I don't allow a lot of that stuff, and also. In one context, there are two characters in Crest at Nitro Fueled Racing, and two costumes of the two characters in which they look an awful lot like blackface or brown face. To put that even as my father, would these two be considered blackface of something, make for something? He goes, yeah, they look awful like a brown face to me. And then Isabel and Liz. Well, I'll show to you on my channel one day. But yeah, I did this for Black History Month in February of 2026. Also, you can put down this in the category of the month of love because I love this freaking movie to death. I just wish they would have it on Netflix more often because it's funny as hell. But yeah, I give this movie my definite happy face silver pool because it's freaking awesome, funny. And now, where's my pool? Where's my pool? I never had a pool before, but I think the dog is cute. I would like the standard pool, the big one. So yeah, yeah. Let me know how you like it, how you like the movie, and if you like what you see here, you want more of my stuff on my channel, you can like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. You can also contact me for future information on my future videos by calling me or texting me at 631-707-3707, or you can follow me on Twitter or X if you prefer at PNelsonPro. Or you can also drop me an email at jjsviewingchannel@gmail.com. So basically all the Wayans brothers and their sister, well, I'm living to be clear, I like comedy, I like the revenge type movies, I like the just in general comedy. So, peace out, my brothers and sisters. I'll see you in the next video. All you girls and guys in internet land. Over JP, sayonara, and ciao ciao.